right. Beep. What'd you say? Okay, anyway. Another tool that really has gotten into my brain, and because in the military, in the Army, was called troop leading procedures. You'll hear that, and you'll hear that, and you hear that. It's well in this book, Ranger Handbook, and many other sources within the military. So, God, my knees. Sorry. Okay. So, troop leading procedures: receive the mission, issue the warning order, make a tentative plan, initiate movement, conduct reconnaissance, complete the plan, and issue an op order, and supervise. So if you have those 8 steps to everything you do within the military, and even can apply it to framework of thought in civilian life, and I provide more guidance that in the writing for the courses here that I'm providing. So if you have that structure, it gives you a step process to be able to employ. Then warning order, warno. Alright, so warno is 5-paragraph format. You have situation. You need to know who's your friend and who's your foe. I gotta understand that, and then within that, you need to understand who your higher command is and who's your lower command. What units do you have working with you, underneath you, to your side, to your left, and also your upper unit. What is, for example, if you're a PJ, pararescue, and you're out there, you should know what unit you're supporting, so you understand how they operate and how they work. That will help you understand better how to manage tasks that you have to employ and put those priorities to work. Especially if you're a medic, medics know very well priority of work. You have urgent, routine, priority. Expectant is a sad word in the medical terms. All right, so you also need to understand who's attached to you, attachments, who works with you, who supports. Those are resources and tools within the objective to complete a mission. The mission, that's a mission statement. Within the paragraph, the warno, you have the situation and the mission paragraph. Mission paragraph is a clear, concise statement saying who, what, when, where, why. That's the 5 W's. Yeah, right. And who, what, when, where, why. Okay? As much as possible. Now, if you don't know something within that, again, task management, you've got to get that. Sometimes you can't wait. And other firsts aren't the same one. Hey, you can't 100% plan. Best plan possible is worthless if it's too late. Okay, 70% on time is better than 100% late. All right, so execution, 3rd paragraph. Intent is one of those things. Also, it gets back to those life skills. You have to understand that framework of thinking. You have to understand the intent of as well as anybody around you. If you're putting out a mission, you want to have them understand your intent. What is the context of what you want to have happen? The end state vision, basically. All right. So, task and purpose. You have to be able to then communicate that effectively. All right. And how can you do that? Remember, sender, receiver. I'm sending messages. Do you understand? I don't understand anything you're saying. I said, well, you. All right, so communication, sender, receiver, barriers. Right now, we've got wind blowing across. Maybe you can't hear what's coming, what I'm saying. You hear the words, coming out of my mouth right now, I hope. I put up the thing. Now that tarp I put up here, I hope that blocks the barrier to communication, which would be wind noise in this microphone. Maybe that's a good example. Maybe it's not. Barrier also, distance. Think about from me to hear that dude sitting up on that sand looking at me. All right? You can't see him, but he's right there. Hey, what's up? Anyway, he can't hear me. He probably thinks I'm talking to myself. I realize I'm talking to him. So I'm not crazy. Who's crazy here? Anyway, so barrier isn't distance a barrier? Isn't like communication lines? If you have something between your line of sight, is that a barrier? Right? Imagine, you know, task saturation. Oh, I got to be able to communicate. One time, oh no, story time. Yeah, story time. One time I was, we were in a brigade, in A-Lock, the brigade's 40 kilometers forward, right? And we got to make sure supplies get forward to the boys out there with the tanks and the stuff and the bullets and dropping, you know, water and ammo and fuel up forward. And in between us, you know, we have things. So, you know, we calculated, make sure we got a barrier in between us. We could not communicate radios. All we had to do was take a look. Remember, we got stuff going on. So basically, looked at the map, realized, hey, there's a lot of barriers between us and the units. We propped up our antenna a little bit, a couple poles, did the calculations, and boom, we're able to talk to them and confirm their location where the fuel needs to be dropped. Because, you know, I got some tanker buddies, and you know that tank, pretty powerful thing, but if they don't have fuel, it's just a powerful stationary little you know, not pistol. Anyway, tanks, big guns. Anyway, coordinating instructions in the execution paragraph. In order to task manage, as you again too, remember, some of this you're gonna have to be doing simultaneously with the troop leader procedures. You know, remember the second step is issue the warning order. You know, you receive the mission, you know, communication. Then you basically issue that warning order. You may not have everything, all your information that you need that I'm running through here, but imagine you need to make sure you balance on getting enough out so that people can start taking initiating movement and take advantage of that time that you got from between your backwards plan. You've got a date time group, says set clock now. Within 20 hours, we got to do X mission at X time. Back that up, and you're able to assess if you can compete with that or meet that timeline. Sorry. Priority information requirements. Commander's critical information requirements. Critical information means that stuff that's important to know to advocate success for a mission. If you understand the framework of thoughts there, then you're able to make sure decision-making process that you have in place, you can think through quickly to say, you know what, that's important, that's something that's helping to complete the plan. And by the way, too, that's something important I got to get back. For example, you know, location of a certain entity, you need to get that back so they can, you know, the big guns. Anyway, timeline, again, like I said, timeline is so important. You know, you're starting what they call backwards plan. The time of hit is important. Everything revolves around that and backing up. Not from my time forward, but from the hit time back, okay? And then you got to be able to calculate that time and then break up the time. Say, how much time do I have between, you know, mission for this part of the mission and that part of the planning and this part of the movement and execution, okay? I know I'm rolling. Sorry, you can replay the video if you have to. I'm getting tired, but my jaw, and think, yeah, you never stop talking. Come on now, you know, hey, which you may help you out a little bit here. All right, so references, SOPs. You know what helps out in a unit? For example, this book right here. Of course, I was casualty collection in the Rangers, even though you know, Ranger cooks or whoever else in the Rangers, they don't just go sit back and do nothing. They're gonna ruck up, drop your spoons or your wrench or your whatever, and you're gonna go put on a rucksack with a litter bag, aid and litter bag, and you're gonna become a medic, and we're gonna help support our infantry boys with the mission. Alright, so yeah, I was gonna say, oh yeah, SOPs, battle drills. This book has things called battle drills. Everybody's on the same page when it comes to that, so therefore you don't have to spend so much time. If you have SOPs and signal operating instructions in place, you don't have to spend time explaining how you're going to communicate, or you don't have to spend time, yeah, when we get hit with the flare on the side, then you have to take this step, that step, that step. That becomes ingrained within everybody, and you don't have to talk about what you're going to do. All you have to have is leaders that can be able to react and say, you know, hey, enemy, 9 o'clock, 300 meters, XXX, everyone would know the first step is I'm going to go ahead and drop and return cover and fire, and then we're going to take leaders' commands to do whatever action needs to be done to adapt to that specific scenario. Okay. So another paragraph, number 4, We had situation, mission, execution. Then we got service support. Service support, again, you need to be able to, when you're making this plan, you're prioritizing your work. You've got to, for example, say if you need water, you're sitting here time now, and you know it's going to take a little while to go back to the water source, and you've got to initiate that movement to say, hey, you know, appointed responsibilities, person X, or maybe you know, you may be the person that's going to be assigned to be the water runner, you know, to make sure that you get water, and this person has to do that, and this person has to get ammo, and this person has to get that and that and that, right? So it's important together as a team, everyone works together. Again, that goes back to life skills. If you have the maturity and some built-in decision making and problem solving processes within yourself, those will help build maturity and bring to a team some you know, some confidence, as well as, you know, oh, excuse me, sorry, wish I had some water. Anyway, so let me finish up here. Okay, command to signal, last paragraph, number 5. Command to signal, again, very important, communication, and the signal operating instructions dictates how you operate. I don't want to have to spend 10 minutes on radio procedures and how a person has to, you know, do this, that, or the other, or how you communicate. Those are standard pieces of information. So imagine how much better you'll be able to manage task saturation. That goes back to, you know, training in garrison prior to going to the field. You don't wait to get to the field to learn about all these subtasks. All that stuff has to be rehearsed in garrison. Not playing video games, all right? Not doing whatever, you know, applying people themselves. You know, you got dressed up for something. Did I just, like, Sylvester? Don't spit on me, it's a virus. Okay, my mouth's getting dry. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I hope that helps with task saturation. Touch my face again. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh God, please don't let us, you know, please don't let us, you know. And you know, I tell you what, to our medical forces out there, our medical forces, our you know, doctors, nurses, and so forth. Wow, amazing what's going on today. Yeah, boy, it's coming, right? Ain't it? Anyway, so have a great evening. I'm gonna probably figure out, pack up. Well, sun's out. Maybe I'm gonna take a break. All right, Gator 6 out.